into the woods. Southbound for the next few days. Good morning. It's day 182. I'm about 1.25 miles in on the day. Hold on, there's people. Anyway, so I'm doing this section, this little segment, southbound, and it's because of the weather and Franconia Ridge. So it looked like the weather was going to be rainy and possibly stormy today, at least part of the day. And Franconia Ridge is like, I don't know, a few miles, 4-mile section at high elevation that's exposed and dangerous in inclement weather. However, a bunch of the hikers from the hostel yesterday went ahead and hiked it yesterday, which by all accounts the weather was worse, but they took their chances and said it was totally socked in with fog and wind and rain, but not storm. But it's supposed to be that again today, at least part of the day, so I opted to skip ahead 27 miles and hike back. So I do Franconia Notch on Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday, because I don't think I can do 27 miles in 2 days on this terrain. Hey, they spelled out the whole word today. Still climbing. Albeit at 10%, which is not too daunting. So I kind of crested out on the climb portion of the first part of the trail. It's interesting hiking a section like this southbound. I've bumped into a lot of people I know facing the other way. I hear imaginary sounds again because I'm talking. So I just bumped into Forager and Oria and Wing It and a couple of new people, but a guy that was at the Notch a couple of nights ago, Cuddle Snake. Yeah, I made it. This will be my first break of the day. It's too early for lunch, but I do want to sit down and consume some calories. Wow, this is gorgeous. This is just tricky to do without looking at the ground. I've decided, for the sake of finishing out this trail, to forego uploading any more videos until I finish. Oh look, it's moose poo again. That's the second moose poo sighting on trail. Still haven't seen a moose on trail. So I was talking to one of the day hiker, section hiker, ultra runner, peak baggers, I'm not sure which, at the Notch yesterday, or maybe even this morning. No, it was last night. And they said Thoreau Falls is totally worth the side trail. Definitely don't miss it. So that's where I'm headed now. hat's back. Spend a little time sitting on the slab at the edge of Thoreau Falls. Beautiful view of Mount Guyot, take your pick, I have no idea. Which the summit of that mountain is kind of my destination for the day. It's 6 miles away. So this is a boulder field where it's quite clear where the boulders came from. Namely, there's a vertical rock cliff right above it. I wonder how often something breaks off and tumbles down. If this is millennia old, or if they have to come out here and clean off the debris every couple of years. This is back the other way. Quite nice as well. Well, look who's back. Zeland Falls Hut. Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm Simone. We worked here for
This is what the bunk rooms look like. I've not seen that before. Happy trails.
Thanks.
That was cookout. I'm having a peanut butter and craisin pita because I packed my jam in the other box. I just realized that today. These look very vintage, but they have the years written on them and who they belong to each year. So it looks like they're still in use for hauling stuff up the mountain. We've kind of reached the top of the first big push, which is from the hut up to Zeland Cliffs, no, Z Cliffs. Z Cliffs. The view is very beautiful at Z Cliff. I'm very winded. Hopefully, I think the incline breaks a little less steep at this point. The question is, do I want to walk out to the view? Let's go see how far it is. As far as I want to go. So I was just observing here. I can't find a spot where there's not a Christmas tree in my way. See that cliff down there? I think that was the trail and the boulder field we crossed earlier. And those are the cliffs above it. And this looks like a, I don't know. Doesn't look as extreme as it did from down below. So there you have Mount Washington. And then over here, centered now, is Jefferson. Pressing on, trails that way. See the bog rollers? Came up that scramble. Standing on this ledge. Now we gotta climb that Jack and the Beanstalk ladder. I misspoke when I said last little push. It's the last little steep push before it levels off a little bit, but we've got still like half a mile to the actual summit. More like a mile actually, but it's not nearly as steep as this whole part was. Or is, still is. Alright, so this is the summit, I guess. That bald over there is where I'm headed. Over that bald and down the other side. Every once in a while they grace us with a blaze. Everything's teetering on the side of the mountain.